WordPress, it is a very popular CMS, aka content management system, to build your website with. Now, the statistics for 2024 on this site, hosting.com, talks about that WordPress is used in 43.4% of all websites. Among those created with a known CMS, the market share is even higher. There are over 810 million WordPress websites. So with this statistics, without even going through all of this, WordPress is just one of the biggest CMSs there is to build websites with. They say around 43% of all websites use WordPress. So WordPress is kind of dominating the market. So look at this graph here. It's like 62.8% is using WordPress. I don't exactly know what these numbers are, but we can look at all the other ones like Shopify, Wix, Squarespace, Joomla, Drupal, and so on. Now, if you haven't worked as a web developer in the past, we know that, WordPress just bring websites to life. It's just a wonderful system. Most of my sites even use WordPress. My own website, securityandmind.com, uses WordPress. And the other sites that I do manage also use WordPress. Why? Well, it's because just a big system with a great strength website development. So why not create a video about advanced WordPress hacking and how we're going to do that? So in this video, I'm going to cover a specific exploit, and we're going to find that and exploit it to get an initial foothold on the server. Now, I'm not really going to do anything to the server and have the actual access, because it's just a different part of the whole process. What this video is all about is me showing you what a particular type of exploit in WordPress can do, how to research it, how to get initial foothold, aka a reverse shell, and these kind of things. So now that we talked about how popular WordPress is, it is a great idea for you to put some time and effort into learning WordPress. Now, I actually have an IP address right here. Let's go ahead and take this IP address and put it into the browser. This is a standard server. Now, we understand that someone put a WordPress site on this IP, so we need to find out whether that is true or not. So in order to do that, we can of course verify that this is just a standard Apache DB default site, but we actually heard that someone put this IP address online and they might have some sort of WordPress site hidden somewhere. Now, the easiest way for us to work around this is to basically go and scan the website for hidden directories. Now, so what we're going to do is just open up any particular, terminal in my Linux Kali and go ahead and run GoBuster. Now, GoBuster is a really beautiful piece of software that can scan websites for hidden directories. Now, people might say endpoints or something like that, which is also perfectly valid. It's just more like a web development term. As of in hacking, it's more like something you probably just talk about directories, but you can use every term you would like. The command itself is a GoBuster looking for directories on this particular host using this particular word list. Now, the word list is the power of the scan. So the word list doesn't contain the folder you're looking for. Well, basically that's not that good. Also, we're going to go ahead and add X for extensions. I don't know exactly. Well, PHP, that is a good one. JS, maybe also text, because WordPress is created with PHP. So adding on the tag X, looking for different kind of files, will enable GoBuster to also detect files. Let's go ahead and run the scan right now. Now this can of course take some time, because I'm running this up against a virtual hosted machine. And just right off the bat, we got a hit right here called WordPress. So I would definitely say let's go ahead and just visit WordPress. And since this is a video about WordPress hacking, advanced WordPress hacking, we basically need to go ahead and check out, well, it's a WordPress website. Nothing crazy here goes on. As we can see, it says designed by WordPress, join this and that. So we can probably Click this, doesn't work. We can click the other links. It's just all deactivated now. Okay, so usually when you find a WordPress website, it's going to be full of content. And this particular example, it is just a standard website. No one really needs content because it's too boring to look at. So we're going to go ahead and start a WP scan for this particular site. So we're going to go back here again. I will accept for now, since we're only doing WordPress and we're only doing the actual hack on WordPress, we're gonna go ahead and say fine for that. Go ahead and run WP scan, just press enter and do a tag update because we would like to update the software. So we're updating the database, update is completed, so we can go ahead and check out what version we do have now. And this is the latest version of 2024, the 11th of, well, today, the 2nd of November. There you go. And this is the current version of VP Scan. Now, if you haven't known already, VP Scan do actually have a website right there. And from that website, you can go ahead and log in and get yourself a free API attached. Will give you some 25, lookups for free every day. So this is the one I talk about. So you can start as a researcher, start for free. Security users are welcome to use the CLI scanner and the API for non-commercial purposes, which should do enough to do a few, ethical hacking setups and tests. So basically, I did already do this. So go ahead and check it out. It's a great thing. Also on solution, there's the client scanner right here. So let's go ahead and check it out on GitHub. And you can see that we have the WP scan right here, and the version should be mentioned somewhere. There we go, 3.8.27, and that is 2.8.22. So we have around the newest version. Let's see if we can find information. Well, okay, so anyways, go ahead and install WP scan, and then you can use that to WordPress scan your websites. The command I'm going to go ahead and use right now in order to scan the website is a command that I do have saved right here. I'm going to expose my API key because I don't really care about it in all honesty. So whenever you create a free account on this, go ahead and just put in the API token just like that. Do a sudo and also make sure you have the right rights privileges to run WP scan and UL, and the target itself is go ahead and be, I'm gonna copy paste that from your browser just like that, put it in there, and you should be good to go. That is the command you need to run. Now that's not really advanced anything, but it is just the way to start. So go ahead and well, I'll have to of course paste probably. And I'm pretty sure that I didn't copy paste all of it. So this is the art of copy pasting. It's pretty difficult. Let's do it one more time. So let's share screen, insert the command, and then run it. Type your password. And now it says, do you want to update now? Sure, want to update again. Update the database. Update completed. And now we are running the WP scan. Now, what you're going to go ahead and do now is to scroll up here and check out what it actually says it found. So first of all, this is headers, interesting headers. So we're going to get a Apache version. We could go ahead and check out the Apache version on ExploitDB. And just to show you, 2.4.56, go to website, go to ExploitDB. All right, Apache 2. Whatever it says, 2.4.56, like this, 2.4, maybe 0.5. Then you'll see that there is something in this particular version, 2.5. But when we look at the version numbers, we will know that the last one here is basically mostly for bug fixes and so on. And 56 is just a number that is probably too large. Again, this is a WordPress hacking introduction to advanced WordPress hacking, not really the Apache server, but this is a thing you should probably go ahead and look for anyways. Checking further out, XML are positioned to be enabled, so you can go ahead and visit that site if you find that interesting. Not for me. There's a README. I wouldn't care about the README. The typical VP cron is also there, and all the pluses. It's just check them out. Does say WordPress version 6.4.3 identified insecure. So what we could definitely go ahead and do is to copy paste this out right here into the Word document. Let's place the new one there and just save the information. And go back here and says, vulnerabilities identified. So we find 4 vulnerabilities. It says title WP 6.5.2 unauthenticate stored cross-site scripting. Well, it is fixed in 6.4.4 and we have 6.4.3, so we do have unauthenticated stored cross-site scripting. It is worth to take a note of this, but for now, let's just go forward. Also talk about something in stored cross-site scripting in HTML API. It talks about stored cross-site scripting template block. And does talk about the path traversal in the template block. So there are 4 different exploits we can go ahead and check out. Also, it talks about WordPress theme is 24. The version is out of date. It says nothing great there. The version. Okay, so it now scans for vulnerabilities in your WP data access. So it does talk about now it's the plugin identified. From the exploits we had before here, on the normal version exploits, it doesn't really, it's just a theme, it's a core exploit thing, and it's just nothing that interesting for us. What we would like to see is stuff like this. So privilege escalation. Wow. So in some way, we might be able to use this to elevate our privileges inside WordPress. It's a plugin called WP Data. Let's go ahead and just note that. And let's also note the version, the privilege escalation. There we go. And the version is, let's see if we can see that in more fixed in 3.5 and 3.8. The version out of date, latest version is 5.5.16. Well, it doesn't say, does it? Anyways, also talks about reflected cross-site scripting and some cross-site request forgery. It's not that interesting, to be honest. When we look at actual exploits on websites, for an attacker to steal credentials or to try and get cookies or stuff like that, there's a possibility to do these kind of things through these 2 exploits, but also exploit the functionality on websites on a cross-site script side, but we're not in that position. So, and now we're going to go forward, enumerating this and that, checking theme version, no theme found, no this and that found, just continue. And now we're finding users. We have something called admin and someone called Bob. Go ahead and note that for users. So users, we have, if I can spell, admin and Bob. Okay, so we're gonna finish now and say okay, it's a free plan. That's great. So with this, let's check out the information we have. So we have the WordPress version. It is a insecure version with some exploits we cannot really use for anything great right now. We do have an insecure WData access module that gives us a possibility to privilege escalate. And this is it's not really certain for me right now whether we need to require access before or not. But usually these kind of things require access, so they are authenticated before we can use this privesc. We do have 2 users, so I suggest we go ahead to the command prompt. I'm gonna create a folder called WP Advanced. Go into WP Advanced now, clear screen ls, touch a file, call it users.txt, and inside of this, go ahead with nano, user.txt, write Bob and admin. I chose that particular order. This is very important you think about right now, because if you want to save time, you might think that the users with the lowest privilege, which most likely is Bob, because of the name admin, place that first, because we're going to try and brute force our way through right now, and we can use WP scan for that as well, and we can use a particular normal word list, password list like Rocky or something like that, and try and guess the password. So go ahead and just save it, and this is the strategy, at least I hope will work. So we need to do like WP scan. And in all honesty, I don't remember the command. So if you don't remember it, just run it like that and do a tag help. And then do WP scan. And we're going to go ahead and find out how to do a brute force. And if this is just also something like, oh, it's going to take too long of time. So, well, we have Google. So you are a hacker. So WP scan, brute force users. Why not? Just go ahead and pick the first link, I guess. And you can see that we have a particular command right there. Let's copy paste it. Put it inside our document right there and see we can replace the IP address there. Remember, it is in WordPress. It says passwords in the passwords. And it's going to try and do that. But we can also go ahead and direct a file probably that contains the usernames. And let's see if we can find a command that actually gives us that. So let's just click another link. And it takes the time. Take your time. Just scroll down. And don't be afraid to scroll. It's called usernames. So we should probably just write usernames. Well, I guess we could just write the names out. Now, in order to do that, we can also just check out whether, it talks about usernames here in the list. If you're unsure about how to write it, so go ahead and find that. It's not the easiest format I've chosen right now. There we go, a list of username, example, blah, 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 or a file. So we could basically go ahead and say tag user names, and then just do users text. Now that should be the user names. That should be the command, WP scan, run this, blah, 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 on this particular IP, on this path, because this is where we found it. The passwords, and this is where we go ahead and check out, say user, share, word list, and then rock you, text. And in order to make sure the path is correct, copy paste it. Go right here, clear screen, type ls, insert the command. Also need to copy paste it correctly. It's another thing. So right click, copy paste, and this, and we can see we got an output. So the command is right, the path is right. So go ahead and copy the command right now, insert it into the command prompt, and run it one more time. This time we got a lot of errors. It's a scan aborted, permission denied, Go ahead and write sudo in front of it and run it one more time. Now, because we're running an aggressive attack right now, we're actually trying to brute force our way through, which is a bit weird to do when we are performing advanced attacks. So we do find the first password for Bob. It's called soccer. So let's go ahead and just write that down. Like this. Go ahead and copy paste this password now. use your time, go to the WP admin URL, write Bob, and see if we can get access. So we got initial access, and as we can see, Bob has no or more or less privileged access to this particular site here. It's rather boring, I would like to say. We can see on profile, we do have a dashboard. It's a bit slow. Now, if I'm not 100% sure about this, but we should just stop right now because we are actually trying to get access to more advanced features. And the more advanced features on Bob right here is probably edit profiles to see what we can actually see. That's the actual profile. We can see the username, the first name, display name, and so on. So what we would need to do now is to say, well, usually in WordPress, we would like to have access to something where we can write in files, right? So we can access some actual, PHP code, and then we can put in a reverse shell and do some more stuff. But we don't have that kind of access right now. So we're going to go back again and say, well, we got something with WP, data access, privilege escalation. Let's go ahead and check that out. Go and put that into Google just like that and see. Ooh, it talks about something in 538. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, this is around that 535 something. So it talks about the ish version, and it does say the tenable here. It says it does say something like WordPress before that version. This is the version we actually do, I think, have, not the actual version, but the version of this plugin. Got the privilege escalation plugin remote host affected by privilege vulnerability that makes possible for authenticated attackers with minimal permission, that is us, such as a subscriber, to modify their role by supplying a WPDA role parameter during a profile update. Okay, so we we have a profile right here. So our profile. Let's go ahead and open Burp. So we need to capture this. So let's go ahead and say okay to Burp. No, and next, and start Burp. And I'll install Foxy Proxy in my browser. So let's go ahead and just, this is a bit small, I know, I'm sorry for that. Let's go ahead and just direct all the traffic to Burp. Go back to Burp and say proxy is on, and let's go ahead and just enter my last name as Bob number 2, update the profile, and we see all these different kind of things right here, and I'm pretty sure they talked about something we need to alter. Let's see if we can just see it. From refer, cookie, check old, action to play, blah, blah, blah. Well, it doesn't seem to be popping. Let's try and forward this. And forward one more time. And forward one more time. And intercept off. So it does say, note that the scanner has not tested for the issues. It's not the best of guide. Let's go one back. Let's try this. And this is the way you would usually go back and forth to find the right way to exploit the the WordPress site. Now we got something here. It does say this is due to lack of authorization check on the multiple roles update function. This makes possible to authenticate attackers with minimal permission, that is us, to by supplying the WPDA role parameters during profile update require enable management. And what do we need to put in this? Okay, so we actually got some source code right here. Let's just scroll down so you can get the conclusion. Well, we do actually get some source code. Let's check it out. Now it talks about this multiple role update right here, and there's an if statement. Doesn't really matter. Then we have a if we are logged in something. I don't really do WordPress code in PHP, but I'm guessing right now. And we do something with get access, blah blah blah. And if this is set, whoops, process roles, and this is what it talks about, that it does too much right here. And if we set this right here, so request WPDA role for each that as a new role, ignore. So it actually says ignores WordPress security validation sanitation. So this input right here is not sanitized for correct role. So if we apply this here with another value, we would get it out as, I'm going to read PHP right now. So we're going to get the request in a variable called new user role. That is put there inside sanitize new user role, and you add role. So what are roles in Word? Wow, such as administrator. So okay, so if so if I go back here to burp, I intercept, I remove the number 2, what ifs is, and then I go down here. I say I want this, that one, anywhere, and equal administrator. I add that value. It should be inputted into the system. I'm gonna forward, and I think the intercept off. Go to the website. Update. Well, that didn't work. Let me just try one more time. So, whoops. Let's say alter this. Intercept on. Update the profile. Okay. Maybe another place. There maybe. Equal administrator. You see administrate. I cannot spell. Let's just read it one more time. It says administrator during the profile be granted immediately upon save the profile updates. So we need to put in the word administrator. Okay. So let's forward this. Forward. Drop it. Go back. Update. No, still not. Well, we're on the right track. This is exactly what we're gonna do. So let's just try and log out just for the fun of it. And log in again using the password sucker. No. So we're gonna go back. So we did actually get, is it called WPDA role? So let's see if we can find another more interesting article. No. And this is exactly how it goes. Whenever we're going to do something with exploits and such in WordPress, I'm going to go ahead and check out different kind of, links, or whatever you find. And I'm pretty sure that this one might have something for us, but it could be that we were wrong and it did not have anything for it at all. So let's go ahead and just type exploit just for now and see what we're gonna get. Nothing really, yeah. gonna find another one, another link. It's the pain of searching. Let's try one more. Actually, one there actually. GitHub usually got something interesting for us. What is this? It does seem like some walkthrough to something. And let's use the GitHub. Does mention the version that we're actually finding. And okay. Yeah, so it's the same thing again. It says the WP data access plugin for WordPress is vulnerable for privacy inversion up to this blah, blah, blah. This due to lack of authorization checks and multiple role update function. Yes. Makes it possible to authenticate attackers with minimal permissions such as subscribers to modify their user role by supplying. Is it an array? I didn't know. Let's just go back to burp, and this is trial and error, guys. This is how it works. So, and now comes the thing. So, like this, and then add administrator. Let's just copy paste this for next time because probably not gonna have success the first time. And let's just forward. Updated one, intercept off, so I'm not allowed to access this page. Let's just do this, that, and are we good? Did we destroy it? I think we destroyed it, to be honest. Let's try and go back and fetch ourselves our history. Let's see if we can do that. This is if you did this kind of thing already, you need to go back and repost what you just reposted. It's not the login. It's not that. No. We need to find the correct. I cannot find anything right now. Okay. Let's try intercept what is on this page. It's okay. Well, it could also just be that we made some error. So I'm gonna restart the server and get back. While I wait for this, I actually took the time to just quickly check out what I did wrong. And this is also a perfect example of you have to try stuff. Now, this is an array, and I just usually do not work in these kind of things, but it needs to be set like this. So you're gonna set you add on the administrator. What I did is I added something inside of it. Because I forgot it was not a finished collected array, but you're actually adding to it. That is a different thing. So what you're gonna need now is just wait a bit and get the new IP address where we have it, and go back and just put that in right there. And remember to add the correct format for the URL. And now we're gonna do it the right way this time. This is the right way. We're gonna exploit the so Bob Saga, and this is the exact way it would happen, really. So yeah, let's go ahead and log in. It's a bit slow. The server's just restarted. Well, I'm gonna prepare myself with burp, and this time we're gonna get it right and actually get access as an administrator. I'm pretty confident right now that we're gonna go ahead and do that. So, and these kind of things do actually happen sometimes. Let's go ahead now and save, update profile anywhere, just like that. Not like that. I'm gonna copy paste this. There we go. Copy paste. Back to burp. Put it in. add an ampersand. We added the administrator, forward, and instead of, go back to the web page, and now we are, well, it's waiting. It's a bit slow, as you can see here on the small dot on the side, so something is definitely happening. You can also just try and refresh the page if that is easier. Sometimes that might be the correct way to refresh. Sometimes exploits make things hang, in a way, or stall. So while this run, I'm gonna pause the video and get back. And we got back right now. So the page loaded now, and now we are actually administrators. Straight to appearances, straight to themes. Go ahead and see if we can edit the theme in some way. Go to editor. There is the better way, so we have a normal theme going on. This looks like some sort of, let's go to patterns, check it out. Header, what is this? Okay. What happens if I click on that? No. I would like access to no, I'm not gonna get started. Get access to PHP code, that is the way to go. So let's do, whoa. What is all this? Footer. Well, it doesn't seem like it wanna let me do anything. I've seen this before. And sometimes we can get access to stuff. Pages. Well, it's gonna go one back for now and just think about it. So while we were thinking, the page got back. Let's see if we can access. There we have the plugin, the appearances, editor. And I would like to edit raw code. So, what would that be? So general, post, sidebar, footer. I can click it. That's great. Can I? Oh no. What is all this? What is all of this? Code editor. Oh my Jesus. What is this? No. Exit. Go. This is getting more and more difficult to getting access to raw code. Interesting. How can we do this? Create pattern. Copy style. Let me try this again. What was it like? This, what? Visual editor? Code editor? Oh. What of all this? Is this a, doesn't look like PHP. So if I write PHP like that, and like this, and say like echo H1, come on. Then H1, it's just a bit slow. And then write hello D, like one word, copy that, save it, go to the WordPress site. It should definitely hello, no hello D. Definitely let's save that in some way. This is not code. Definitely not code. So we need to access to Yeah, it cannot read it, as we saw just before. Let's just delete that. Yeah, we're ready. So we need to see real human PHP code. Not all this jimble jumble. Can I click anywhere here? What is this? Clear customization. Saved. No other way. What this is what? That is the jimble jumble. But I need to see the actual footer. Oh, it's just wow. That's a lot of things. It's rather confusing. Manage all my patterns? No. Well, we do have access to God. Plugin file, theme file edit. Oh my God. So they hid it away. And let's see. We did actually run. Was this the one? Let me just check it out one more time. So we did appearance, themes. We are running the 2024. So mark that. And this is the 2024. And let's go ahead and check out. Can we see like patterns? Oh, do we have a footer or something or header? That would be greatly appreciated. No, styles, templates, single this and that. That's not the right one. The HTML files, theme functions. Well, I guess that could footer PHP. So it would seem that we have access to footer PHP, and we could go ahead and check out and just say, well, can I echo out the word hello D and take this, and can I save it somewhere? There we go. Go back to the website. Oops, refresh it. And search for that. No, not getting up. But there's of course a chance that this is not gonna work for the way we would like it to work. Okay. So let's maybe just find a, can we find a header file? That could also be interesting for us to look at if we can find it. Well, let's go to pentest monkey for now. So pentest monkey PHP reverse shell. Let's go to pentest monkey. Gonna get yourself a PHP reverse shell. Make sure to view it in raw, and then just go ahead and copy paste all of it. And then now we're gonna probably make things worse. So we're gonna check out here. We're gonna set up a netcat listener on port 4444 and our IP address on this particular server. Let me just see IP.A. It's the 10.14.34.161. So that would be the correct way. And let's now go back, clear the screen, start netcat listener at port 4444, and then just, oh, it is not loading that particular header file. If it was, it would have given us a reverse shell. So let's just check out pretty fast now. What other things we have access to? 2024. And just to make one sure one more time, so I go to themes. And we are running the 2024 theme. As you can see, the others are activate. So definitely should work, this one. We can also say like patterns. So depending on which PHP file we should get access to, we can do it on any, basically. Usually just pick one that makes the most sense. Themes, it's some other stuff. JSON template, HTML. Yeah, all just HTML. We would really like to get PHP files. So theme functions could also, well, it could be. Let's just paste it in as well, just be a bit square here. So the file's updating still, and we're gonna definitely make things worse if we probably gonna fail really hard right now if it doesn't work. So it's updating, taking its time. Let's press one more time. Just quickly, fatal error. Yeah, so we got a reverse shell, it popped up, and now we're good to go. This is the advanced WordPress hacking class, you can say. I made a lot of, footsteps errors, and it is all about getting the access. So you could say, would it be a bad idea to not use themes in this way? Was there another version, another way to get access? Well, probably, but this is the way that we found by scanning the WordPress site. And I want to tell you right now, there's so many different kind of ways to get in and through WordPress. Now that we do have access, it's a good idea to write ID. Who are you? Your data. Also, go ahead and check out the password file and see what users there are. That's John and Yusef. And by this, you can try and get yourself a better foothold and checking the home folders and say, can I get into John? And see if you're gonna get some, .ssh folders. Yusef was also a name. Didn't I write that correct? Oh, it seems that I just can't access that folder, which is of course not that good. Yeah, we cannot. So we can access John. So in this particular case, I would definitely go ahead and try and exploit to John. And then, you can always just try John and say like, John, see if that is the password that actually works. But pretty sure that it doesn't work. You can try other passwords and so. But for now, I'm going to end this video and say it was the advanced version of hacking WordPress. Find yourself the exploit, research it, read some papers, read some websites, try different things until it works. No one does it the right way the first time. I never do it the right way the first time. I try to learn as much as I can every time. So I want to say, I hope you enjoyed the video. A bit of everything. It's a long video, but I figured you like the process. See you again online. Have a really nice day.